Round of the Castro Motorplan Superbike Championships.
Beautiful sunny day here in Montreal. Art Robbins on the pole, Mercier, Goodfellow, Douglas, Gary Bird, and then the rest of the top 10 here on the grid: Norm Murphy, Paul MacMillan, Tom Walther, Kevin Perry, and rookie Mike Griffiths. The crew's waiting for the flag to go up to get this one underway. The flag and the field away. Mercier, number 1, away quickly. Goodfellow, number 99, is right there. Robbins, 47, along with McMurder, 24. Here's the second wave of amateur riders, and it's number 280 on that yellow and blue machine. Pierre Leroux, fine young Quebec amateur rider, leading that pack to turn 1. Mercier, number 1, your leader, getting off to another quick start. Goodfellow, number 99, as they work their way down on the far S's. It is number 1, Michel Mercier, running up front. 99, Goodfellow right there. Robbins, number 47, in third, and then McMurder back in fourth. The riders, it's a single line through this tight, twisting F section of the Gilles Villeneuve circuit. Mercier, number 1, still at the head of the field, and Craig, we're seeing some outstanding riding here in the early going.
Oh, you bet. These guys are really getting at it in a hurry here, and I don't know.
Robbins just took the lead there, Craig, going by Mercier with a beautiful pass. They are really charging hard here on this opening lap. Side by side again on the straightaway. Here is Mercier. He will retake the number 1 position. Robbins in a second now. 99, Goodfellow third. McMurder, 24, in fourth.
These guys, they haven't seen racing at this place like this for a long time, Pat. And I'm telling you, these guys are really getting at the job here today. I can't believe it.
More action, a battle for second. Goodfellow on the inside of Robbins. He'll grab that second place position. They are swapping those top spots all over the racetrack, and the fans are just loving the action. It is Walther, number 991, who has moved up here now. He is making a bid to pick up a couple of more positions, but he did not get off to a good start. He's having a battle with 185 Tommy Douglas and number 9 Paul MacMillan. They're just behind the front-running quartet of Mercier, number 1, your leader. 99, Goodfellow in second. Then it is 47, Robbins right there in third, and 24, McMurder on the Yamaha running fourth.
Well, Pat, I got to tell you, there's something about the ease of these top 4 riders. They've learned the lines of an on-scene track so quickly, and boy, that's a sign of international caliber riding.
All 3 riders, McMurder, Goodfellow, and Mercier, raced in England earlier this year, and here is Goodfellow on the inside. Gary Goodfellow grabs the lead away from Suzuki teammate Michel Mercier. The 2 Suzuki riders really running hard up front. It's now Gary Goodfellow, your leader. Number 1, Mercier in second. 47, Art Robbins on the Rothmans Honda machine third. And there is McMurder, 24. He tried to go by Robbins on the inside. He just could not put the Yamaha into that third place position. Goodfellow, number 99, coming into another one of these S-bands through the right, out of the left-hander. Now Goodfellow looked like he had problems there. He missed the shift. Mercier goes right back out in front. Goodfellow holds on a second, and then it is Robbins and McMurder back in the 4th place spot. Here's Goodfellow trying to take the lead. Gary Goodfellow goes down. Goodfellow has crashed at the hairpin. Robbins and McMurder go through on the inside. Tough break for Goodfellow.
Oh, you bet it is, Pat. He just touched the curb, and it looks like he's going to try to get going here again. And that's an awful lot of bike to have to pick up, I'll tell you, about 350 pounds. And especially if you're a little bit tired, the way these guys must be right now.
The Robbins and McMurder trying to chase down Mercier, the leader. There's Bobby Bergman. He's running back in the pack.
And there's Gary Goodfellow. He's giving the bike to his mechanic, and he's not a happy man right now.
Art Robbins breaking for the hairpin. McMurder on the inside. The 2 riders touch. Robbins and McMurder have crashed at the hairpin.
Oh, Pat, it is Robbins hot. Look at him. Boy, he's just trudging around out there. I don't believe it. He's the guy that left the door open for him.
Well, Robbins got in there a little bit wide. There is Tommy Douglas as he picks up a couple positions now. Murphy, number 87, and 76, Duhamel going into the hairpin side by side. It's Duhamel coming out a little stronger. He will move up into that 5th place spot. Murphy on the Suzuki in 6th. There is McMurder. He has restarted his machine. He tried to move on the inside, very similar to what Gary Goodfellow tried on Mercier. And there is Art Robbins. Boy, is he ever hot.
Well, I can't blame him, Pat. He needed these points. He needed these points this weekend to stay in the championship running. And he's just lost everything that he worked hard for.
Well, Craig, we had an incredible battle up front for a long time, but right now there's just one rider, and he's on that number 1 Suzuki, Michel Mercier, into the hairpin for the final time. He'll go around one of the amateur riders there, number 4, Louis Gaston. He's on the start-finish straightaway, as he comes up to the line, waving to his crew as he goes by the pit. The checkered flag and a victory for Michel Mercier. Here is the second place rider. It'll be 991, Tom Walther, as he grabs the number 2 spot.
And there's Mercier waving to this crowd of some 20,000. But this race outcome is not what Goodfellow, Robbins, or McMurder would have liked. However, it does throw the championship wide open. And we'll be back with our feature race from Shannonville, the 4th round of the Castro Motoplan Championship, right after this. The way the championship point standings look after 3 of 7 events. Mercier has a commanding lead with 39 points. Art Robbins has engine problems today, and Gary Goodfellow is racing in Japan. Andrews is the final rider with 2 points.
Michel Mercier on the pole position. He'll be riding one of the Team Suzuki 750s. Starting second, Tom Walther, who regularly runs number 991. He'll be on the number 99 machine here today. The surprise of the series so far, young Tommy Douglas from Laval, Quebec. He'll be on one of the Yamaha Motor Canada machines. Teammate Ruben McMurder, number 24, also will be on a 750 Yamaha. And Steve Crevier from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, he's the 3rd Yamaha Motor Canada rider in this event. Paul MacMillan, the former champion for Monteal, he'll be on one of the Rothmans Honda Interceptors. There is Mercier rolling up into the pole position. Blue skies, a beautiful summer day here at Shannonville Motorsport Park. As Mercier fires off the line, the field is away. Into turn 1, it's McMurder, number 24, grabbing the early lead. Walther, number 99, is right there in second. Mercier, number 1, third, as the field heads up out of turn 1.
Well, I'm not surprised about either McMurder or Walther this weekend, Pat, because they've both been very, very fast in practice and in qualifying all weekend. So I think they're going to be running right out there today.
Well, we've got an outstanding 5-rider race going on up front. 24, McMurder, your leader. 99, Tommy Walther on the Honda in second. Then it's Mercier 1 on the Suzuki in third. 185, Tommy Douglas on one of the Yamaha machines runs fourth. And then it is 73, Crevier back in fifth. The 5 riders tied together as they run up through this new section here at Shannonville Motorsport Park that was added at the end of last year. McMurder, 24, Walther on the inside, grabs the lead going into the S's. Beautiful pass by Tommy Walther as the Honda rider leads. 24, McMurder in second. Number 1, Michel Mercier third as they go on the back straightaway. And here's where the horsepower will come into play.
Oh, Pat, that Suzuki just has overwhelming horsepower down the straightaways, but I think Mercier's having a little trouble getting the power to the ground here today in the corners.
24, McMurder and Mercier both got by number 99, Walther, going into the chicane. And here is McMurder trying to hold on to the lead. Mercier will try him up on the outside in Allen's corner. He just could not find any room there through that tight left-hand turn. They come on the front straightaway to complete lap 1. It's 24, McMurder, your leader. 1, Mercier right there in second. 99, Walther third. 185, Tommy Douglas fourth. And the capacity crowd here at Shannonville, standing room only here today, is seeing an incredible race here in the early going.
Oh, yeah, well, it's a summertime tradition here at Shannonville, this race, and it sure brings out the crowds, Pat.
Back through the hairpin at the top of the racetrack. They go on the back straightaway here on lap 2. It's McMurder, 24. The Yamaha leads it off the end of the straightaway. Mercier, number 1 of the Suzuki, is close right up on McMurder's back wheel into the chicane. Mercier, number 1, will take the lead. Michel Mercier going into the chicane. Made a beautiful pass, and he breaks hard here into Allen's corner. Here is Walther, number 99, trying to go around 24, McMurder. He'll try him up on the outside, but McMurder will hold on to that position. The riders really pushing the pace. Here's back in the pack, Steve Caya, the young Ottawa rider, having a good tussle there with 74, Bryce Dowler, number 5, Clyde Nigakiel, also running with that group. Mercier, number 1, into the S's. Here's Walther on the inside of McMurder, number 24, to grab second. McMurder back up on the outside, but it'll be Walther, 99, holding on to the number 2 spot. Tommy Douglas, 185, is right there with that group of 3 riders trying to chase down Michel Mercier, number 1, as they go on the back straightaway. Mercier's Suzuki has been very fast in track. Remember, Michel's only about 135, 40 pounds. Walther and McMurder are a lot heavier. That's got to be playing a little bit of a factor there on the back straightaway. But again, Walther and McMurder both riding extremely aggressively through the tighter sections.
Well, I'll tell you what, Walter's a big boy, and you need a lot of muscle to get around this track. And there's a very unhappy Art Robbins. He's obviously down on power, and he can't run with the leaders. He's also down on championship points, and I had an opportunity to ask him earlier what he thought he could do about the title.
Well, basically, I'm under pressure now to finish first in mostly all the rest of the 4 races, and depending on where Michel finishes is going to make the difference of the 14 points that I lost last weekend in Montreal. So basically, we've got problems now. I went out in the last practice session and we had a camshaft break, and the availability of parts has been so slim from HRC. They just keep telling us that there's nothing available, and we don't even have a spare camshaft. So right now, I don't know if I'll even be running tomorrow. I know Frank Leitner and the boys from Leitner and Bush have been doing a fantastic job keeping the bike running with what we have. It's just a matter we haven't got enough. We haven't got enough parts and enough things to keep the bike running. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that somebody can come up with the parts before tomorrow and get the bike running. But until then, I don't know.
What they did come up with was a stock engine for Art. There's his teammate, Paul MacMillan, who's running up in the 6th place spot.
And here's a good marketing rider, Norm Murphy. He's just picked up a corporate sponsor, and his Superbike is running very well today. I asked him what it meant to his program for the rest of the series.
Well, just recently I picked up Procter & Gamble, tied namely in conjunction with Opus Ferrum and Weldrate Metal Fabricating. This has done a lot for me and helped me financially a lot through the season. I'm now going to be able to compete across Canada, going to Alberta and Westwood, BC in the upcoming month. And without this new coming money that I've just received, I might not be able to do that.
Number 24, Ruben McMurder, and 185, Tommy Douglas. That is the race for 3rd, and the 2 Yamaha Motor Canada riders running just bike lengths apart. There's your leader, number 1, Michel Mercier, 99, Tom Walther, right on his rear tires. They go on the back straightaway. Walther trying to chase Mercier down, but he'll not make up much ground as they break into turn 11. 24, Ruben McMurder in 3rd, and 185, Tommy Douglas still right there in the 4th place spot. Quebec City rider number 7, Jean Paquette, evidently with mechanical problems, he'll have to park it.
And there's Duhamel off on turn 1, one of the most difficult of the high-speed turns. And here's Pat with more on how to get riders around quickly. So what you're seeing now is proof that the school works, because that's Mercier out in front, and he's the chief instructor here at Shannonville.
Well, Tom Walther trying to give Michel Mercier a lesson all of his own. Walther on the inside of Mercier. He'll take the lead. A tremendous pass there by Walther as he got the Honda inside of Mercier. Walther has been riding extremely well through these looping, twisting turns here at Shannonville Motorsport Park. He breaks going into the top of the S's through turn 8. Mercier having to really push hard to stay with the Honda rider. There's Walther. He's got the machine leaned right over in that left-hand turn. Now it's at the top of the racetrack through the hairpin, and Mercier, number 1, will try to use the horsepower on the Suzuki to try to chase him down. Walther made a quick check over the left shoulder there. Mercier right with him as they're coming up on a slower rider. Number 80 there, Kevin Perry, and Mercier has in fact closed on the leader, Walther number 99. Greg, the fans are seeing an incredible race between these 2 riders.
Oh, you bet. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Welcome back to Shannonville and the Castrol Motor Plan National Superbike Championships. I'm Pat Gonzalez, and with me is Craig Hill.
And that's the race for 1st place here in the closing laps of this 4th round for the Canadian Superbike Championship. And I think that this is the first time in any of our races that Tom Walther has led. It looks like he's finally got that Honda set up.
He certainly does, Craig, and you know, they worked awfully long here this weekend. His mechanic, Rick Hobbs, to correct the problem they had earlier in practice where they broke the push drive on the back wheel on that Honda machine. It looks right now as though that is working very, very well. Great race here for the 3rd place spot between the 2 Yamaha riders. 24 McMurder still holding off 185 Douglas, and all by himself in 5th is number 73, the pride of Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, Steve Crevier. Here is your leaders coming up on some slower traffic at the end of the back straightaway, and it's number 1, Mercier, who got by. Mercier, number 1, the horsepower on the Suzuki, putting him back into the lead. Walther, number 99, right there in 2nd as the 2 riders push it hard out of the chicane into Allen's corner. It's Walther with the lead. Mercier takes it right back. The fans are on their feet. They are seeing a dandy here this afternoon at Shannonville. Michel Mercier, the rider who's been known over his racing career as the Flying French-Canadian, representing Eastern Canada and the Western Star. It is number 99, Tom Walther, giving Mercier all he can handle. 73, Crevier still runs back in 5th.
And that's a good steady race for Crevier today, Pat. Although it's been tough out there because it's very hot, I'm sure the tires are slippery on all these bikes.
Well, the midsummer heat also a factor in conditioning. And there is Walther, number 99, on the inside of Mercier. Tom Walther takes the lead. The race for third. Close as ever in 185. Tommy Douglas has some problems there. He'll hold on to the fourth place position. Mike Griffiths, 315, one of the rookie riders on the yellow machine, about to be lapped by Walther, and he almost crashed. Number 1, Mercier, up on the outside. It's Walther, your leader, out of the hairpin. On the back straightaway, and Walther has slowed right down, Craig. Something has broken on the motorcycle. He looks to the back wheel, so perhaps that push drive problem that they had earlier this weekend has reoccurred. And there is Jerry Berg. Berg crashing. He goes for a tremendous slide here in turn 1. Oh, a nasty crash for Jerry Berg.
Well, he looks all right, Pat. The marshal's waving his arms that he's okay. He came off at high speed, but he's looking good. And here's a guy who's looking real good now, Mercier.
It's all Michel Mercier. Checkered flag at the line, and Michel Mercier has won this national championship event here at Shannonville.
And there's McMurder finishing in second. And that's 2 wins and 2 second-place finishes for the defending Superbike champion, Michel Mercier. And here's the final standings with Douglas third, followed by Crevier and MacMillan. A good ride by the Italian champion, Caracchi.
Michel Mercier leads with a total of 54, followed by Quebec's Tommy Douglas with 30. Then it's Art Robbins, Jerry Goodfellow, Steve Crevier, Paul MacMillan, Ruben McMurder, Tom Walther, all the way down to Steve Caya with a single point. One of our Castro Motor Plant regulars, Jerry Goodfellow, missed the last race at Shannonville as he was off in Suzuka, Japan for an 8-hour race.